we're going to set up and start eating the food. Oh my god. Now, a few years ago, I attempted to eat 60 Reese's peanut butter cups, and unfortunately, I took my blood pressure. Anyhow, I think my blood pressure grew a little bit. Start to finish eating 60 Reese's peanut butter cups. And today's video is going to be far worse. But I do not have dental coverage, so I am 100% probably screwed. This one Reese's peanut butter cup, which weighs 8 ounces and has 1,150 calories. Now, that's why I'm justifying only needing one out of the two. Reese's peanut butter cup done, ladies and gentlemen. Salute you, Reese's, for creating those giant, delicious cups. I just said cups. It reminded me of man boobs, also known as moves, for some reason. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a grand Ferrero Rocher. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, probably 3 years ago now, I challenged Pewdiepie, now who's the current Guinness World Records title holder for most Ferrero Rochers eaten in one day. And exactly before I could even get it unwrapped, he had already completed his Guinness Rocher and kicked my ass beyond all recognition. And I'm trying to open this one, which is not, it's not working with me here. Oh boy. Ferrero Rocher, it's an Italian chocolate that has delicious nougaty caramel and nuts. And this one has 754 calories. Shut up and eat the food. Oh. This is a bunch of horse shit. There's Ferrero Rocher inside. And I'm going to finish this like an absolute boss. For some reason, eating chocolate, I really haven't done a whole lot of candy chocolate. It's not easy to eat fast. So I'm going to try, we're going to speed this video up, but eating as fast as I can.
Pato.
The FBI visited me because of something I did on the internet, and this is that story. So when I was 14, my school gave me these new planners, which was super tight because, you know, I was in Compton, you don't get much new anything. Couldn't wait to just plan anything. Like if somebody was like, yo, I'm beating you up after school, I was like, all right, what's your avails? Because I need to plan it. I looked in there and they had a homework help site, and I was like, all right, let me go to this site. I'm so hyped. All the homework help site was supposed to be other students helping each other, but who's doing that? The first thread that kind of catches my eye is the find your internet girlfriend or boyfriend thread. So I went in there because you only needed 3 things to find your internet girlfriend or boyfriend. ASL, baby! That's age, sex, and locations for all the younger people who never had to experience linking up with people on the net in AOL chat rooms and stuff. Found a match. We're hitting it off strong and we're very mature for our age. We skipped all the like internet first date stuff. We went straight to internet sex. We're going at it and it becomes a daily routine for me. You go to school, come home. I live in Compton, California. And if a white man in a suit and briefcase shows up at your door in Compton, California, nothing good could come from it. Close that door. I didn't have the wisdom that I have now, so I say hello and he goes, excuse me, are you Iffy Wadiway? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, thank God. And I was like, okay, this has gotten weird immediately. But I go and get my parents, and since there's a man in a suit here, we get to sit in the velvet room. Y'all know the velvet room, that special room your parent has for some reason no kids can hang out in. My parents are like, what is going on? And I'm just like, ooh, okay. Till he opens his mouth and he says, hey, I'm here with the FBI. I was like, what? Well, he's like, yeah, so apparently your son has been using language online that's pretty advanced for his age. Like I said, I was the John Steinbeck of cybersex. He had to come and make sure that I wasn't an adult talking to a kid online and having cybersex. This is bad. Mostly bad because this is the second weird sex thing that my parents are hit up about, because the first weird sex thing was in 4th grade. I got into drawing boobs because I figured out that if you draw W's and then put dots in them, they turn into boobs. I was blown away. If I got a new book from school, boobs. If I got some homework, boobs. But then I got sloppy and turned in the homework with the boobs on it. And then my teacher had to go and be all extra and called my parents up and was like, you want to know what your son's doing? Here. Remember that briefcase I was talking about? Well, he opens it up and pulls out a nice thick stack of paper and starts handing it to my parents. And I immediately started panicking. I was a romantic, so when I would get into the cybersex mode, I wouldn't just jump in there. I would set the theme on Yahoo Instant Messenger to rain hearts down. And they printed that out too. All 4 of us are sitting in this room in silence as they flip through the pages. I'm like, they finally close the pieces of paper, look up at the agent, and was like, all right, sir, it's fine. We'll handle this. And they walk him out and they close the door. Time stopped. This is going to be a closed casket or open casket funeral. And they turn around and they just start laughing. And, you know, that was honestly worse than any other punishment, because what I did on those pages, what I did with that pen was art. So for it to be laughed at, for the next few years, my nickname was chocolate syrup, because that was one of my lines in there. See, I said I'd drizzle you in chocolate syrup, which as a 14-year-old seems like a good idea. But now I'm an adult and understand that requires too much setup and cleanup. So I guess be careful what you do on the internet, because you never know who's watching.